Hello and welcome to this introduction to Business Central. This is the screen that you will see when you log into Business Central. You do get a few days free trial if you want to try out the system, and if you get a license, of course you'll have full access to the system. Now you'll see this link here that you can use once you sign up for Business Central to access the system and use it. The main URL is businesscentral.dynamics.com. And then you'll see there is alphanumeric code, and then there is something that says sandbox there. So sandbox is an environment. This alphanumeric code, that's your tenant, and then this is the URL for Business Central to access the system. Now, when you sign up for Microsoft, basically, and Dynamics 365, you get a tenant, and when you get your Business Central license, you get an environment that comes with it. Uh, you can have multiple environments within the same tenant. Currently, as you can see, I'm in India environment, so environment can be localized, right? You can choose localization in an environment. Let's say my company is in India, I'll have India localization. So all of my taxation, statutory compliance, all of that will be as per India. As you can see here, it says India taxation, so it will have GST and such. Now, if I also have one more company in the US, then I have to get additional environment, uh, and that additional environment will have US localized version of Business Central, and I'll have to create a company there. So if I get a license, I can choose whether I want to give access to the user to all the environments or just one environment. Um, or of course, there will be one admin that will have access to all the environments. But if I add more users, then I can choose who can access which company in which environment. Now, talking about the cost, of course, you also want to know how much does the business center cost. So if you get one license, you get it comes between 5,000 to 6,000 rupees, Indian rupees per month per user. So with that, you get a tenant and environment. One environment will have three sandbox. Sandbox is something that you can use to test the system, and you get one production environment. Um, and with this cost, you can access a full system. You get premium experience, right? There's two, essential and premium. We're going to talk about a little bit of it later on. And talking about hosting, right? You get ATG once you get one license, which is enough storage for one company to have years of data, basically. If it's a mid and small size company. Yeah. Okay, so in the home screen, you can see there are some tiles, some shortcuts, some options here. So all of these the data that you see on the home screen, the dashboard, that depends on what role center you have selected. So Business Central is a role center based system. You can choose what your role is in the company, and accordingly, the dashboard will change to give you the shortcut and things that you want to have immediate access to. Uh, Now, to switch the company, you can go to this settings icon, go to My Settings, and this is where you can choose a company. Okay. Currently, I'm in the company Cronus IN. Work date is usually today, so that is the date you select. Then on the home screen, there are other options like there is help, setup, notification. It is a global search bar, right? If I click here, I can go to any of the options, right, in the system. I can go to, if I just type customer, I can see that there is customers here, and I click on it and I go to the customers list right here. And then I can create a new, edit one, create invoice, etc. We also have Copilot. We'll talk a little bit about that on the home screen itself, right? And here it says which environment I'm on. I'm currently using Sandbox for testing purpose. Now, interesting thing is the personalized option. You can personalize your experience in Business Central. You can move your options. You can hide them if you do not want to use it, for example. It applies to everything that you see on the dashboard. It applies to your list views. Say, for example, if I want the customers list, and then if I, let's say, want to change the sequence of the columns in that list, I can do that with personalization, just as I did here. By drag, select, choose, and drag. I can also hide it. I click on done. Once I'm done, and then it all gets saved. So it's very flexible system to have, so that you don't see options that you don't want to see. Now let's say we saw the global search, right? But let's say if you want to know what all you get when you sign up for Business Central, you can click on these three dots and you can click on explore more, and here you can see all of the modules that you get with your license, right? Currently, I have Essential, right? So with Essential, I can get all of the modules other than the manufacturing and service. I have premium license right now, but if you're Essential, then you get everything except the service and manufacturing module. So I can just use clicks, right, and not the main search bar to access any of the list reports, action, etc. But yes, that basically gives you an overview of what you have right in the system, right? What everything you can access when you click this search button and type things to get to a place in Business Central, right? Yes, this everything that you get in the system. Now the way it is structured, the way the system is structured is by let me just again type customer. As you must have noticed that even if I made a spelling mistake, it gave me the right suggestion, right? Because it's like Google, right? Even if I type a wrong spelling, uh, Google will identify that you might be wanting to access this, right, intelligently. So similarly, it's here in business, and you don't have to remember every terminology. We have lists, we have tasks. If you notice what we have on the right side here, we have list, we have tasks, where you have to perform some action. You have administration, which is setups, and so on. Your Copilot is very handy, right? Let's say you just got signed up for free trial of Business and you don't know what to do. If let's say it's the first time I'm accessing the system, I can ask Copilot what to do, right? Let's say if I ask Copilot, help me understand how to create purchase order. So Copilot will take a few seconds of his time, but it will give me the steps of how I can create a purchase order in Business Central. So I don't have to search anywhere else, right? So within Business Central, I'll be given all the steps how I can create a purchase order, right? It says choose the light bulb, right? There it says choose the the icon that opens. So basically, light bulb is basically the global search. You have to type purchase order, and I see the next step, click on new, and so on, right? So the steps remain here while I perform my action. So it's a lot easier for me to perform my action. All right, I think that's all I wanted to cover in this video. This was introduction to Business Central. Thank you so much for watching.